down the bus. There was a snot-covered kindergartner in the front row behind Mrs. Kormel and a few angry fifth graders in the back row. Fifth graders are really mean because they get a lot of homework. The more homework you get, the meaner you are. That's why fifth graders are meaner than fourth graders, and fourth graders are meaner than third graders, and third graders are meaner than second graders. You don't want to go near seventh or eighth graders. They get lots of homework, and they just hate the world. I hope I never get to high school. I sat down in the middle by myself. Mrs. Kormel stopped the bus at the next corner, and a few other kids got on. At the stop after that, my friends Ryan and Michael got on. "Binkleboo," Mrs. Kormel said to Ryan and Michael. "Limpus cadoodle." Ryan and Michael sat down next to me. "What did you bring in for show and share?" Ryan asked. "I brought in an old light switch." "I brought in a ball of string," said Michael. Show and share is when we bring something from home that starts with a certain letter of the alphabet and talk about it in class. Today's letter was S. I took my show and share thing out of my backpack. It was an action figure called Stryker Smith. He's a superhero from the future who travels through time and fights bad guys with a sharp sword that's attached to his hand. He can turn into a jet plane, too, and fly when you push a button. I saw a commercial for Stryker Smith on TV and bugged my parents until they finally got it for me. Stryker Smith belongs to a secret organization of crime fighters, I told Ryan and Michael, in case they didn't see the commercial. "You should get extra credit," Ryan said, "because Stryker Smith has 2 S's. "He's cool," said Michael. "Sometimes I take my old action figures down to the basement and my dad lets me saw them in half or torture them with his power drill. I take mine out in the sun and melt their faces with a magnifying glass," said Ryan. Michael and Ryan are weird. At the next stop, this really annoying girl in my class named Andrea, who thinks she knows everything, got on the bus with curly brown hair. Well, the bus didn't have curly brown hair. Andrea did. "Bingleboo, Andrea," said Mrs. Kormel. "Bingleboo," Andrea said. "I'll go limpus cadoodle now." What a brown-noser. Andrea plopped her dumb self down in the seat right in front of me, like always. "Good morning, Arlo," she said. I hate her. Andrea's mother found out that AJ stands for Arlo Jervis, so Andrea went and told everybody. It was the worst day of my life. I thought I was gonna die. I wanted to switch schools or move to Antarctica and go live with the penguins, but my mom wouldn't let me. Penguins are cool. "Are you boys ready for the big spelling test this afternoon?" Andrea asked. "Oh no, I forgot all about the big dumb spelling test. How can I be expected to remember stuff over the weekend? Weekends are for having fun, not for studying for tests. I hate spelling." "Do you know how to spell spelling, AJ?" asked Andrea. "Sure," I said. IHATEYOU. Michael and Ryan laughed. "I made my own spelling flashcards," Andrea told us, "and I'm going to use them for show and share, too, because spelling begins with an S. I was going to tell Andrea that stupid also begins with an S, and that's what she is. But I decided I would save that and use it the next time she really got me mad. Andrea turned around so she wasn't facing us anymore. I picked up Stryker Smith and pretended that he was going to attack the back of her head with his sword. It was hilarious. Michael and Ryan laughed, but Andrea turned around suddenly before I could take Stryker Smith away from her head. "That's a nice doll, Arlo," she said. "It's not a doll," I told her. "It's an action figure." "My mother told me that action figures are dolls for boys," said Andrea. "They are not," I said. "Are too," said Andrea. We went back and forth like that for a while. "Stryker Smith is a one-man wrecking machine," I told Andrea. "He belongs to a secret organization of crime fighters. If Stryker got into a fight with one of your dumb dolls, he would rip its head off." "Dolls don't fight," Andrea said. "Stryker Smith does," I said. "I thought you said he wasn't a doll, Arlo." Why can't a bus filled with spelling flashcards fall on Andrea's head?